Live from across the path of totality, this is the main eclipse on ABC 7.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. We are live here in Holton, and I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois, and just a couple hours ago, this town was packed with people here to view the incredible 2024 total solar eclipse, and what an experience that was.
It really was. It was amazing. It's a little bit hard to put into words. All you can really say is that we're so pleased to be here, to get to be able to experience it, to be lucky enough to be in the path of totality as well. And we will be talking a lot about that to come. But for now, like many communities, like here in Holton, the town of Millinocket also had tons of energy and visitors as well. Our Grace Blanchard joins us now with more on that.
Spectacular, yeah. Speechless, yeah.
Yeah, it was just amazing.
Yeah.
The town of Millinocket did not hold back with their eclipse festivities. People from all over gathered at the Veterans Memorial Park in downtown Millinocket to see the spectacle unfold.
It's great to see so many people here.
It is. It's got a great energy, and everyone just sharing that same excitement.
We're in the path of totality in 2017, and it was so amazing. We wanted to see it again.
Many locals say it's been decades since this many people came to the area.
There were a lot of people when I grew up here. The paper mill closed, so since then a lot of people left, but it's nice when things like this happen and people come to Millinocket.
To see people travel to rural Maine, to love rural Maine, and to support rural Maine is really what Maine's all about. So we're pretty excited about that.
Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness held their own viewing party at their Healing Lodge in downtown.
To see this many people come to this town, enjoy this town, and really love this town, that's pretty special for us.
And as totality came across the sky, it was nothing but cheers and smiles beneath the darkness.
Amazing. It's just awe-inspiring. It's a real feeling of energy and so much enthusiasm from the crowd. It was definitely worth the trip.
Some say they are already planning out their next eclipse.
Just talking about the one in 44?
Yeah.
So on August 23rd, 44. We're like, hey, we were doing it again.
Yeah.
In Millinocket, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And we are, of course, joined now by our meteorologist, Jeff Weller, who has been sort of our partner in crime all day and instrumental in our understanding of this day and some of the great scientific background to it. This was quite a day for you. We could tell you were a little hard to contain.
We got to geek out together. We geeked out together.
We
and
did.
What a day. 3 minutes and 22 seconds of awesomeness, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of in like a post-eclipse coma now, it feels like, right?
Yeah,
Everything kind of calms down. You get some food in you, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to take a nap.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, how cool was that, wasn't it?
It was
No,
amazing.
it was amazing, yeah.
And you know, like you said, 3 minutes of just awe-inspiring sights, but also feelings. You could feel the environment changing around us.
Yeah.
And for, you know, a regular person like you and I,
Right.
it was just that. But for scientists, it was much more than that, an opportunity to learn so much.
Yeah.
I had the luxury of being in one before, so I knew what was coming. But when I saw your faces experience that, when the air goes calm, it gets dark as night, the temperature drops 10 degrees, and you experience that moment with tens of thousands of other people, that connects you with something, right? It's almost spiritual in a way. And yes, there's going to be years and years of textbooks written now about this eclipse because Maine was the best place in the nation to watch this eclipse. And also, the sun's going through some things. It's at the top of its 11-year cycle, where it's going through the most powerful sun kind of rays. That was illuminated today by the moon, and that was amazing to watch.
It was.
Yeah.
I actually, it was great to look up, you know, obviously with the appropriate eyewear, but to look up and to see just the huge glow from around the moon. It just really kind of spoke to the power of the sun, but there was a subtlety about it because, you know, at that point, the moon was in front.
The moon was in front. The moon took center stage, right? And made this happen for all of us. And now we have to wait about, 40 years to do it again?
Something like that.
But all in all, I mean, this was a big boom for Maine. Great for tourism, great for the economy. And wow, was it fun to watch with many, many, many other people around the world. And again, this was the one that had about, 30 million people in the path of totality. But I bet you when we get the numbers in, about 100 million probably join that path across the U.S.
Yeah, there'll be much more with all the people who flocked to our state to have this experience along with us. And we were so pleased that we got to bring it to our viewers and share it with everyone.
We are. We're all kind of in that post-eclipse glow right now. But we do have some other news to get to tonight. In other news tonight, a Lincolnville man will spend 6 years in jail for manslaughter. Matthew Pendleton appeared in Waldo County Superior Court in Belfast on Monday, where he was sentenced to 20 years to the Department of Corrections, with all but 14 suspended. That will be followed by 4 years probation. Back in February, Pendleton was found guilty of manslaughter in the 2023 death of 47-year-old Kevin Currit. Currit's body was found at a home on the Thorndike Road in Lincolnville after Pendleton contacted authorities. As part of Pendleton's sentencing, he was ordered to not have any contact with Kevin Currit's family members.
The state all along alleged that this was a violent strangulation murder, but the jury rejected that theory and convicted him only of manslaughter. The judge, I think, had to struggle between issuing a sentence that reflected what the judge felt had actually happened, balancing that against what the defendant was actually convicted of.
McLean says he and his client plan on appealing the conviction and sentencing. We reached out to the Office of the Attorney General's office, who declined to comment on the matter.
Also, Hamden police are now investigating the circumstances surrounding a body found in the water on Sunday. A statement says a little after 4 p.m., Hamden Public Safety got a report about a deceased female on the shore of the Penobscot River in the area of Hughes Brothers Construction. The Bangor Fire Department also responded with their watercraft. The body was recovered and taken to the medical examiner's office in Augusta. Now, police say the death does not appear to be suspicious, but it is still under investigation.
The commissioner of the Maine Department of Transportation is reacting to funding cuts proposed by the Appropriations Committee over the weekend. Commissioner Bruce Van Note said he's surprised and disheartened at the plan, which he says will divert nearly $60 million away from transportation resources starting next year. Van Note said, quote, Maine DOT work plans require long-term, predictable funding, and if these proposed changes become law, we'll have to cut work from our current work plan. Such a drastic change will impact everything we do, including highway and bridge projects, transit funding, and initiatives aimed at promoting resiliency and clean energy, end quote.
And a close call after a Sears school bus went off the road on I-95 in Hamden earlier today. Now, the accident happened in the southbound lane around mile marker 180. By the time our crew arrived, the bus was back in the breakdown lane, and police on the scene tell us there were no kids on board, thankfully, the bus at the time of the accident. Only the bus driver, who was not injured. No word on the cause of that accident, though.
All right, and we remarked on it earlier today. We just got so lucky, not just to be in the path of totality, but to experience the perfect weather day for it as well.
Yeah, you really, I mean, I don't even know how it could be more perfect. That, you know, mild temperatures, more sunshine than, you know, you could ask for, especially after the couple of weeks that we've had, let alone on Eclipse Day. Just could not be more perfect. And let's see what else is coming our way with the first check of the forecast.
Thank you so much. How exciting is this, right? Total solar eclipse earlier today. It was wonderful. The weather, picture perfect. We saw lots of sunshine, temperatures back in the 60s earlier today. Of course, more clouds in upstate New York and then right down into Massachusetts, Connecticut. For us, though, we had perfect weather. Visibility-wise, though, we're at 10 miles right now all over the state. Earlier, for a few minutes, visibilities were a bit lower. Of course, it just got darker the more north you go from town. Total solar eclipse, right? Next one in 20 years. Temperature-wise, though, felt like spring, right? Mid-60s, Waterville here in town, same story. A little bit cooler right at the coast. The water still a bit cooler, and that has an effect on the temperatures. Upper 50s in Rockland and lower 60s in Bar Harbor. Greenville, though, still lots of snow on the ground, pretty much around a foot of snow on the ground. Mid to upper 50s earlier today. Still a bit breezy, especially by Bar Harbor. 13-mile-an-hour sustained winds. Now, overnight, we're going to continue to cool off, temperatures closer to freezing.
All right, and coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, live from Holton, today's eclipse proved to be great for businesses around the state, including at motels where finding a vacancy was tough in some places.
And later on, don't throw those eclipse glasses away just yet, folks. We'll tell you how you can put them to good use as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
Dear Savvy Traveler, airline food isn't what it used to be. I need to fuel up before I fly.
Dear Hangry, you can fill up before takeoff at Bangor International Airport. The Highlands Cafe has quick and casual, The Refueler Pub and Grill has heartier fare. And the Post Security Cafe, other side of TSA, offers a pick-me-up before wheels up. Bon appetit and bon voyage, hangry. And remember, the savvy travel through Bangor International Airport. Flybangor.com.
At Warren Financial, your financial goals are our priority. Your financial plan may appear to be all about savings and investing, but in reality, it's about much more. Your life, your family, and your legacy. That's why the financial planner you choose is so important.
Plan your future with Warren Financial. Visit warrenfinancialplan.com or call 573-1825.
Your trusted partner in wealth management.
Hi, I'm Barry Gass, and my grandfather started Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear right here in Orono in 1911. Just after World War II, my father ran the business for decades. Now, with my wife and wonderful staff, we are continuing the tradition of bringing the American West to Maine. Our authentic Western boots are handcrafted for comfort, style, work, and casual wear. Saddle up with our premium selection of top quality saddles. Top it off with the perfect hat from classic to modern ranch. Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
In times like these, saving money matters more than ever. Lydia saved her family $450 by switching to AAA auto insurance. And Frank switched and saved over $350. Just like you need to take care of your family, we consider you a part of ours. AAA is here to help you with your auto, home, and life insurance needs. Call 844-AAA Insurance or visit AAA.com for an auto insurance quote today. AAA, we're always with you.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
All right, well, the legislature's Appropriations and Affairs Committee has given initial approval for funding for low barrier shelters, and that includes the Hope House and Living Center in Bangor. The Bangor House delegation has been working closely with the committee to secure funding to ensure that shelters like the Hope House can remain open. The committee voted to include $7.5 million in dedicated funding to Maine Housing to support the shelters in the upcoming supplemental budget, but it probably won't cover the entire funding gap. Hope House has indicated it needs $800,000 this year to remain open. If needs aren't met, it will have to close in October. The measure faces further votes in the House and Senate.
The total solar eclipse we all experienced today brought a lot of business to the state of Maine. Hotels, motels, and inns located in Houlton benefited tremendously from the tourists that traveled near and far for this event. Our Jody Hersey caught up with the owners of 2 area hotels who say they appreciate the economic boost, especially after this year's dismal winter.
We've been sold out for a couple of months now.
All 60 rooms at the Shiretown Inn and Suites in Houlton are booked by folks who traveled to Aroostook County for the total solar eclipse. This event couldn't have come at a better time for the businesses in Houlton that struggled to attract snowmobilers during this year's mild winter.
So typically this time of the year it is very slow for us, so it's a very welcome event for the community.
Marty Jarvis is the owner of the Shiretown Inn and Suites, a business that's been in his family for generations.
We've been here since 1958 is when we started, and we're in our 4th generation now.
Just down the road is the newly opened Woolastic Inn and Suites, owned by Brandon Cassidy, a member of the Maliseet tribe.
This is refurbished from the Stardust Motel. The tribe purchased it about 2 years ago, and we've done the renovations over the last 2 years.
The Woolastic officially opened for business over the weekend, and just like the Shiretown Inn and Suites, all the rooms are booked.
I love it. It's been so exciting.
The Greater Houlton Chamber of Commerce's executive director, Jane Torres, says the eclipse really allowed event organizers the opportunity to showcase all that Houlton has to offer.
All the Airbnbs are sold out. Everybody comes home for anything that happens in a small town. You know, you get people coming home.
I don't think I can think of another event in the area that's brought this many people.
In Houlton, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Dozens of volunteers walked around Bangor Saturday to help those in need. Our Callie Warren takes us to the Hike for the Homeless.
Gray skies and a spring drizzle didn't stop this crowd, who came out in support of Bangor's unhoused population. The 29th annual Hike for the Homeless benefits the Bangor Area Homeless Shelter, which is open year-round to provide shelter, food, and more to unhoused people in the area.
Maine is special. Our area of Bangor is special. It's unique. People want to come together, and we just love to support one another.
Attendees say the hike was a great time for a great cause.
I'm here with my fraternity. We're Fiji at the University of Maine, and we're here volunteering at the homeless hike. We love to give back. I don't know, we're out here having a lot of fun.
So it's wonderful, especially representing St. Joseph. It's a big part of our mission to give back to the community for those in need.
The event started with an almost 2.5-mile hike around Bangor and concluded with a DJ, free pizza, a raffle drawing, and support for people in need.
It just makes you feel good, you know, that people come out to walk and donate to the event to help the homeless shelter. We've been down there feeding food before to people and cold days that are in there just trying to get a warm meal.
For more information on how you can help support the Bangor Area Homeless Shelter, visit our website at foxbangor.com. In Bangor, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And there is much more to come here on ABC 7 News at 6.
Including sports with Tyler Cruz coming right up next. Stay with us.
With features you won't find on CR-V, RAV4, or Forester, only a Tucson compares to a Tucson. Lease an all-wheel drive Tucson for $229 a month, or get 3.79% APR, or up to $1,250 bonus cash. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer today.
Free is good. Cashback is even better. Get both. Open your Yes account with cashback rewards from the County Federal Credit Union. Get all the free and 1% cash back on up to $1,500 worth of debit card purchases per month. Plus, rounding up your debit card purchases to the nearest whole dollar and tucking the difference into your share savings account. Get the good and the even better with the Yes account with cashback rewards. Open yours now at countyfcu.org.
You're in the driver's seat. You choose what road to take. But soon, you'll be taking a back seat to big government because President Biden just banned most new gas-powered cars. They've made it clear it's their way or the highway, even if electric vehicles aren't right for you or your family. Call Senator King. Tell him to stop the car ban before it's too late. Don'tBanOurCars.com. Paid for by American Fuel and Petrochemical Manufacturers.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
With features you won't find on CR-V, RAV4, or Forester, only a Tucson compares to a Tucson. Lease an all-wheel drive Tucson for $229 a month, or get 3.79% APR, or up to $1,250 bonus cash. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer today.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Healing Hands Massage in Hamden, providing professional massage services tailored specifically for their clients. Stop by Healing Hands Massage today. You'll thank yourself later.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with the big news coming into the day in the hockey world. After 1 year with the Black Bears, Carolina Hurricanes first-round pick Bradley Nadeau has been picked up by the Pro Club. Nadeau was selected by Carolina in the first round of the 2023 NHL Draft with the 30th overall pick. In his lone season as a Black Bear, he was named to the Hockey East second team and the all-rookie team, leading Maine with 46 points on 19 goals and 27 assists. His 46 points were the most by a Black Bear since 2011 and 12, the first time a rookie scored 40 in a season since 2007. Certainly nice to get to watch him in Orono this past season. Wishing him all the best moving forward. Let's go to some baseball now. It was a busy weekend in Portland for not only the Sea Dogs, players, coaches, and fans, but also the grounds crew. Despite Wednesday's nor'easter, the Sea Dogs finally getting the chance to play ball at Hadlock on Sunday. The amazing grounds crew put in some overtime to get the field ready for the home opener Sunday. That was supposed to be on Friday, but, the snow had other plans. Friday and Saturday's games were both snowed out, so just one game this weekend. Look at some of the views of the field just on Friday and Thursday, but in just 48 hours after canceling Friday's game, the Dogs and the Hartford Yard Goats opened the year at Hadlock, and you'd have never known there was a blizzard just a few days prior.
Fortunately, the first couple of days we weren't able to get out there. Moisture was a little bit of an issue. We had some rain behind the snow, so we had to be patient with that. And once we were able to get out there with some equipment, kind of break it up a little bit, we were able to get a little better melt today. Expecting cloud cover today, and we got a little bit of sun, and that certainly helped us. So.
Day with some baseball now. We are going to go back to me. Snow has been cleared from the John W. Winkin Complex in Husson as well, and the Eagles getting in some doubleheader action on Monday against Leslie. Not a cloud in the sky for some baseball, but there was a moon at one point, though. Game 1 is where we'll start. Eagles down 4-2 late. Bangor's Matt Holmes is at the dish, and the lefty is going to rope this one into right field. That's going to get down and get to the fence. He would stand up on second with a double. A couple of batters later, Colin Marshall's up. Holmes at third after a sac bunt. He flies this one into right field in foul territory. Nice throw here, but a nice jump from Holmes. It is now 4-3. Keegan Sear on base now for Akira Warren, who smacks this ball into left field. That gets down for another double, and that ties the game at 4 runs apiece. Leslie would plate 3 in the 6th, bottom 7 now, bases loaded for Jackson Curtis, and Curtis gets all of this one. That is a walk-off grand slam, sends Husson home with an 8-7 victory. All right, to game 2 we go now. Leslie up 3-zip, bases loaded, but Alan Wheaton on the mound for Husson gets out of the jam, blows it by Jake Samela, gets them into the dugout. Let's get the bats going. Sear up now, start the inning, a little dribbler down the line, but he is going to beat this one out. It's a little in no man's land. That's an infield single for the Bangor grad. He's on third now for Cam Rendell, and Rendell drives in the run with a base knock. 3-1 now. Husson trails by 2. Nice base running there. 3-2 now, and 1 man on for Holmes. He had a hot day at the plate. He unloads on this baseball. That is long gone to right field. That is going to give Husson a 4-3 lead late, and Wheaton would have enough insurance runs on the mound. He went 4.1 scoreless for the win. Eagles get the sweep. 5-3 is the final. All right, that is all the time we have for sports. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast. Conrad?
Thank you very much. Our main weather today is brought to you by Big Pine Painting, the #1 family-owned and operated painting company serving Bangor and Belfast and surrounding areas. For all your paints, drywall, and pressure washing needs, call today for your free estimates. And what an exciting day. We saw that total solar eclipse earlier today. Hopefully you folks got a chance to go out there and see it. It was magnificent. Lots of emotions going on. Everybody was in shock. It just got dark for a few minutes. It was an unbelievable scene. The totality was pretty much from Texas into southern Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and then right into Maine. We got the last bits of it before it got up into Canada. Now, for now, just lots of sunshine. Earlier today, especially more of a cloud cover down south. Of course, upstate New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut area. Not quite the best type of scenes to see that total eclipse down south. For us, though, picture perfect weather. We saw temperatures in the 60s as well. It was just great. But we're not going to be in the clear for long. By Wednesday afternoon, then into Thursday and Friday once again, we are looking at rain lingering in the area. It will be moving in towards the afternoon to evening hours on Wednesday. Maybe a little bit of that rain and snow mix possibly up just west of town, where temperature is going to be a bit cooler. So that's why it's showing up as blue on the radar. But overall, though, rainfall-wise, though, generally over an inch of rain. Same thing right at the coast. We have Bar Harbor, Machias, even into Rockland. We're talking well over an inch of rain on the way. This is going to be a several-day event. Now, temperature-wise, though, look at this. Most of the country, very, very warm. These warm temperatures making their way up north. Chicago in the 60s, even Wisconsin was in the 60s earlier today. 70s right by St. Louis. So Totality was pretty much going like this. People were hanging out in the 60s and 70s. Just felt like a really good spring-looking day. Our average highs around 50 degrees. Of course, well above that for today, above that for tomorrow. Slightly below average Wednesday and Thursday, and then right back up to above average temperatures Friday into Saturday, closer to average temperatures moving in by Sunday. Now for tonight, though, we're going to continue to see decreasing clouds. So overall, though, mostly clear skies in the state, right? Temperatures around 31 degrees and a light breeze once again. Now for tomorrow, another mild looking day. Mid-50s outside, mainly sunny skies, and a lighter breeze, this time blowing out of the north around 15 miles an hour. Our extended forecast outlook does get worse, unfortunately. Rain arrives Wednesday afternoon, picking up in intensity by Thursday, especially by Friday. Temperatures back in those mid-50s and then still lingering in the area by Saturday. Temperature-wise, though, we're still going to be above average, hovering in those mid-50s.
Alrighty, Conrad, thanks so much.
And there is still more to come. Stay with us.
Heavy equipment maintenance student here at WCCC. We have a gravel pit to work in, and we have big garages that we can work in. Our instructors are awesome. Hoping to start myself off with a nice career.
You know what? When the power goes out, ours doesn't, thanks to RH Foster. We have a generator, and it runs on propane, and it powers the entire house, and we get our propane from RH Foster. Those big storms, the neighborhood lost power for days, but we didn't lose power, not even for a moment. I never worry about running out of propane. RH Foster keeps us topped off. Even if I had a problem, I could call RH Foster and I can talk to a real person. With propane from RH Foster, power outages are not a problem at our house.
People ask me all the time, are those commercials really true? Does Lowry & Associates really get all of those clients, all of those big settlements? Yes, we do. We really have gotten millions of dollars for Mainers hurt by commercial vehicles. And the insurance companies know when you call the twos, we're going to fight for you. And you know what else is true? I really am standing on top of this big truck.
Hurt by a big truck? Call the twos. We win for you.
Hewitt Lift and Rolodock creates
the strongest, simplest, and most reliable dock system. With one simple goal:
to get you on the lake
faster and easier than anyone else.
Because at Hewitt,
we build stronger.
After 40 years of quality building, we get it.
Hewitt family builds for your family.
For your family.
For your family.
Stand on the solid foundation of the Hewitt family.
Docks, pontoon legs, and boat lifts.
You work hard, play harder. You deserve a Hewitt.
I chose WCCC because this is probably one of the best programs that offer heavy equipment operation. I think it's probably the best opportunity I had to get some hands-on learning and get some in-the-seat experience.
On your shoulders.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, Jackson, Maine was one of the first communities in the state to experience totality today. The community there welcoming thousands of people in, and our Doug Banks was there.
As hundreds upon thousands of people came in droves, Jackson became a hub for witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Many brought their own gear to watch a spectacular view.
I tend to get carried away with my hobbies.
As the moment rushed upon an eager crowd filled with all walks of life, each eye looked to the sky. For those who were too lost for words, quickly joined in a sea of cheers. As this crowd begins to dissipate and go to where they call home, the immediate reaction of some of the people here can't be described in words, but rather a feeling of a moment that only lasted a couple minutes, but will stay with them much longer.
I'm high on life. This is just an unbelievable situation.
And I thought, okay, the plan is go up to Maine. Worst case scenario, we don't see the eclipse, we get to spend more time together. But wow, we both were just totally blown away by it.
In Jackson, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
So Jackman, Holton, all these small-time communities are really just getting a huge boost today.
Yeah, and definitely it's a very, very good thing.
It is.
Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us. Take care and good night.
Good night, everyone.